fascism this way.
I assure you I'm very peaceful, but I have a serious question for you. If you guys sent 3/4 of your cop base to Toronto, were there enough here? Or not big?
3/4?
Like, well, or...
That would be like 500 police officers.
That's what it said in the Star.
Toronto Star said London said 500 police officers. They better check their information.
Okay. I'm not going to ask you how many you sent. I was just a concerned citizen.
Yeah, I said about 50.
Of how many officers?
Me?
Of how many officers?
17. The information that they saw in the paper was grossly exaggerated. They said that it was 3/4.
All right. Well, thanks for clearing that up.
No problem.
I like what Sensei Jamie said about people that talk and text at the same time. They don't do either wholeheartedly.
Am I allowed to record you talk about the Public Works Act?
Public. I'm not.
Okay, good.
It's a public sidewalk. Police station and the property surrounding it is also public works. So municipalities also fall into that public work. So if they told him,
So you can search me here right now? For nothing?
on the sidewalk,
Yeah. This
I
is a
would do
public
that.
square.
Not on the sidewalk.
But isn't it?
We'll say the grounds of the police. You know what? Technically,
So does that mean technically the police station is sitting on Public Works property or something?
The police station is considered a public work
Works,
by
okay.
that act because
So you
it's
could
owned by a
search it.
municipality or the province or municipality.
So that includes like airports. Oh, you
For the G20, my understanding is that they had a designation, which you can do by an order of the Lieutenant Governor and Council, can designate a particular area of public work. Okay, so a big portion of
Who can, sorry?
the Lieutenant Governor and Council. Okay, so it's the government. So my understanding is a good portion of an area downtown Toronto is designated as that.
So it's basically
And
designated a
Queen's
building?
Park, because it's a provincial building and it's surrounding grounds, is automatically designated as a public work.
Your police chief admitted that.
So as a result,
We can read.
you,
Plain English.
they can ask you to
5
identify
meters inside a
yourself,
fence.
and you can be subject to search. Do you know, like at the courthouse here, they do that?
No, I've
You know, the
heard that.
courthouse, if you go into the courthouse, you have to show identification search. That's the Public Works Act in action. So that can happen. That's what there's portions of Toronto that got
People are
designated.
concerned that they did it
And that
invisibly, though.
Pardon me?
They did it invisibly without informing the public.
Invisibly.
Oh, for the fence.
No, they didn't. A lot of people are upset that they didn't tell anybody about the Public Works Act. I know, I guess it was put, yeah, it was put on a website.
Beginning of June, it was posted.
So, but, you know, they said that the media should have been contacted. It should have been made more so that people knew exactly what was going on. There were a lot of people arrested for that showing
It
ID.
turns out that it wasn't, they didn't even, for some reason it wasn't even a law.
Joe, guys.
Understanding before the protest was that if you were within 5 meters of the fence, you could be searched or no, you could be asked for your name. Or
The police chief in Toronto admitted that was a fib.
What was that?
Yeah, the police chief in Toronto admitted that was a fib. That wasn't even in the law.
Yeah. That was his way of keeping the criminals away from the fence.
Like I said, a good portion of the area in Toronto is designated as a public work. So what may have actually been closer to the truth is that a whole portion of Toronto outside that fence area was considered a public work. So 5 meters or not, it all depends on where that designation is. So, and I didn't read the paper as far as where it was published in the beginning of the month as to what that area was.
So at what point do police decide that the law has gone too far? The law is What's that? What, sorry, like,
I don't
okay,
understand.
say, well, for example, in Germany, right? If you were told to go and arrest Jewish people because they're Jewish, is
that's-
that like at what? No, my question is, at what point do police decide that they can't do their job.
It's probably a personal.
I think he's asking, do you have the right?
Something in here that's.
Do you have the right to turn down illegal orders?
Yeah,
basically?
is there a responsibility for police to say we're not doing our job anymore in certain situations?
Do you have the right to say no? And you know the military can say
If
they don't have to.
If there's a legitimate health and safety reason, sure you can say no.
Well, what
But
about
remember
for the public people
that
who got
because of the
injured?
job that police do, there's a lot of situations where you as an employee have a legitimate reason to say under health and safety, I'm not going to do that, and that would be legitimate. But as police officers, we wouldn't, because there's certain duties that are high risk that we have to perform.
Would you
So, for
consider us
instance, if
high
somebody
risk?
was trying to stab you, I couldn't say, well, I'm not going in there because that guy's got a knife, and that could be detrimental to my health, right? No, I have to go.
Why would female be strip searched by male officers?
Did that occur?
Apparently.
It was reported throughout the
It's really not fair without knowing for sure.
Okay, is there a law that states a male officer is allowed to strip search a female, or is it? Because as far as I knew, only a female officer could do a female, and only males could do males. But
There is nothing that says that can't happen,
okay,
but there are a lot of considerations.
so like ethical reasons, basically.
For instance, if there was no female officers anywhere around, and
Okay.
for whatever reason it was necessary
Right.
to do a strip search, a strip search has to be done.
But if
Okay.
there were
But if there
female
were
officers,
female officers around,
That's a joke.
okay,
That is a joke.
Well, no, I can understand.
It works
if
the same
All they have to
way.
do is
It
stand with
works.
their hands in the air and wait till a female officer comes.
It works the same way for
for males too, right?
with different sexual preferences. Okay.
Fair enough.
Somebody doesn't feel comfortable being searched by a male or female officer,
You'll
they-
try to
they
make.
can request because of a sexual preference or gender difference.
Okay.
Have somebody, and we'll accommodate that as best we can.
Okay, but there's not an actual law that says it
No
cannot
law that
happen.
says male officer cannot search a female.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, that's good to know.
If somebody has a
do you have
complaint
faith
about-
in the public complaint system that they will investigate it thoroughly?
Oh, yeah. It's a brand new system that's just come out. It's run by civilians. They're arm's length from the police. So yeah, I have every confidence that they will conduct themselves professionally, impartially, and if there have been any incidents where things were done wrong, I'm sure they'll find out.
How did you guys let your
5 days.
cop cars get torched? Like if there's like
I
riot
can guarantee
lines.
you, that no London police cars got torched.
Okay, well not you then. How did they,
Canada.
as a collective group of people, how
As
that
the
much
ISU.
force there, yet abandon their vehicles to the point where they are able to be torched, even though they removed everything off the streets? That
Were
could
you in
basically.
Toronto on the weekend?
No,
I was-
I was working.
Were you in Toronto on the weekend?
Yeah, I
Watch
was.
live feeds.
How many police officers did you see on every street corner?
Hundreds of them.
Every time you walked along the street, there was a police officer on every street
It
corner.
wasn't just like one
Downtown,
police
like, I
officer on
couldn't
every
get
corner.
anywhere.
There was like rows of people. You couldn't go anywhere except for
They're in
where they
lines,
told you
yeah.
I was there too, and there's lots of times that I saw that there was no police officers anywhere on the street. So to answer your question, when a police car by itself or a group of police cars, 2 or 3 of them happen to drive along to an intersection that's filled with people, they're not going to drive through the people.
Yeah, just
So when
That
people
they
start
did, though.
smashing
They
the police
actually
cars,
had, no, I actually
police
saw
cars,
this
just
happen.
listen for
They
a
had
second.
an ambulance that
This is
came
no
right
point
sorry.
saying anything
An
else.
ambulance
Well,
came
here's your
through
point.
the protest,
I was talking
and then they
first. Anyways,
opened up
good
the
night, folks.
doors and the people came out.